You are proposing an ambitious energy retrofit incentive program for Ontario and having the province once again assume half of the cost of operating transit systems. But on the other hand, you're talking about taking the HST off of energy bills and gasoline, which will reduce the incentive to save energy and to drive less. How do you explain this apparent contradiction?
Well, we think that the price signal is already very strong. I talk to homeowners, I talk to small business operators who already find that their hydro bills, their gas bills, are quite high. Their difficulty is not that they're missing a price signal. They're getting a very strong price signal already. What they're missing is the capital to actually make the investments so that they can drive down their consumption. I was on Jones Avenue in my riding just the other day talking to a small business operator who said, a corner store operator. She said, I can't afford energy efficient equipment. I'm buying the cheapest refrigerators I can because that's all the money I have. So for us, we don't see that there's a lack of price signal. In fact, we think the price signal is very strong. What there's a lack of is investment in energy conservation retrofits, in support for purchase of energy efficient equipment. And that's where we're going to be focusing our attention. We're going to move, as you're well aware, $1 billion from investment in nuclear development into energy conservation, energy retrofits. We'll replace the home energy retrofit program that the Liberals disbanded earlier this year. We're going to make sure that it's a bigger program because there will not only be grants, but also $10,000 loans so that people can make substantial investments in their homes and small businesses. That's the first part of it. The second part, we also think there's a very strong price signal in transportation. As you're well aware, the cost of gasoline has doubled since 2006. It isn't that people are unaware that they can move on or should move on. What we do find, though, is that public transit systems are underfunded, that I've had the experience of waiting streetcar after streetcar as they go past, packed, and not being able to get on. Friends of mine who work down on King Street, similar experience, coming home in rush hour, literally can't get on a streetcar. People on Jane Street in Toronto, in the morning rush hour, bus after bus after bus passes them, they can't get on. We think the bigger holdup is a lack of investment in transit, which is why we've brought forward the plan to restore the 50% funding of operating costs. Efficient, reliable, affordable transit is critical to giving people an incentive to get out of their cars and into public transit. We also think, and this is a very important piece, that curbing urban sprawl is an essential piece to being successful. If you look at the studies of emissions in Toronto between those who live downtown and those who live in the suburbs, emissions downtown are about 40% less than they are in the suburbs. That's because we have a compact, efficient urban form in the downtown. What the Liberals have done with, and I'll give the example of Bradford West Gwillimbury, allowing sprawl to leapfrog over the Greenbelt, locks us in to a car-dependent future. And I think that the investment in transit, the action against sprawl, are far more significant than the HST is on gasoline.